Good morning, students. Today's class will complete the chapter The 100 Dresses, Part 2nd. In Part 1, we came to know one girl, Wanda. Her name was little strange because she belonged to other community. And all the students, especially to Maddy and Peggy, they started teasing her on her name and some other points like her dress. Her feet are unpleasantly filled with dust. And finally, the last of the first part, we came to know that she also appeared in a contest, drawing contest, and she was declared as winner's medal. So on this specific time, Wanda Petrovsky was not there, and these two girls, two friends like Maddie and Peggy, felt very bad for doing all these. But unfortunately, the girl was absent that day. So, what happened next? Why she was absent? What she or her family decided to shift now? So, we'll find it. So, actually, they must have decided to go to different place, different city, and that's why the girl was not there in the school. And her father wrote a note for the teacher or for the principal's office. And from the principal's office, Miss Mason, the teacher, brought that note. What was in it? We'll have this. We'll just touch the important summary points, main points of the story. So there is a note for Miss Mason. So when the class was watching Wanda's beautiful sketches of dresses, Miss Mason received a note, and this note was from Wanda's father, as I talked earlier. It gave the information about Wanda's leaving the school since they had shifted to a big city. So they shifted to a big city, and that is why they had to leave the place they have to go. The note also had an indirect complaint, and it said that no one will make now no one would be able to make fun of her name and call Pollock to her because there would be many funny names and foreigners like her in other big city. Like you can say this all. So no more holler Pollock means by calling her with different all other names. This is in this letter you can see in the screen. So what would be the reaction of the teacher or reaction of these especially two girls? A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Means there is all deep silence all around. Students were very silent. The whole class was almost silent, and Miss Mason was unhappy and upset. She said that she hoped none in the class purposely hurt someone because his or her name happened to be unfamiliar. So teacher was though unhappy, upset, still compassionate to students. And that what was said in thoughtlessness. What does it mean? Mean whatever if the children had said to the girl, that must have been or that had been said in just thoughtlessness state of mind. So she expected everyone to think about the complete matter that happened in just past. And what about these Faggy and Maddie? Maddie could not concentrate in her study that day in the first period because she felt very guilty. She had stood by silently when Peggy and other girls teased Wanda, asking questions about her 100 dresses or all other sort of shoes and all these things you are well aware of. So they all felt that it was all unfortunate that had happened. She knew, means Maddie knew that it was wrong but was too coward to object to it. Means that girl knew, sorry, Peggy, not Maddie. So Peggy knew that it was all wrong, whatever was done, that they were being cruel to a new girl to the school, Petronsky. But still she was too coward to object it. She could not object it because she knew the reason very well. We done in part 1 that then they all will be after her. So out of this fear, she did not oppose them. She wanted to meet and tell Wanda that she never meant to hurt her. But how? Because she is now not in school. Now you that is not that much easily available girl because that is went to some other place. So Peggy and Maddie then go to Wanda's house. They plan to go there because they were filled with a deep sense of repentance, I can call it, and they wanted to amend their ways. What was the thing? Only repentance can give you a peaceful mind because they both could not rest in peace in school, neither they could concentrate on their studies. Now, Peggy was not that sensitive and emotional as Maddie, but she too wanted to meet Wanda. After school, both proceeded for Boggin Heights, where Wanda lived. So her place was Boggin Heights. It's a high place, means it's a high mountain kind of place, and there she lives. So she comes late to school. There is a reason, two reasons specifically, because the Boggin Heights was far away from school. Number one, and number two, her feet from coming that the path was not good. It was a complete muddy path. So the way she comes, her feet were always unpleasantly wet. So that's why the girl would prefer to sit alone, the last corner. And these children who were teaching her were not aware of about her house, about her economic condition, and how far her house would be. So they're not aware of all this. Wanda's house. Boggin Heights was a wet and little deserted, sad place. The whole White House where Petronsky lived had a deserted look. Not that much means pretty or luring, attractive look. It was clean but shabbily managed. Means not very properly managed and all. But though it was clean. Like Wanda's blue dress. So they got the similarity in the house and in her dress. Then Peggy tried to console her, as we knew that Peggy was deeply stricken by this repentance. So, on their way to Wanda's house, Peggy had tried to console herself by saying, at least she did not make fun of her name or called her a foreigner. So, what was her fault then? She would actually stand by her friend Maddy silently. That was her only fault. And for this only she is repenting. So she made her heart peaceful by soothing or by consoling herself by saying that at least she did not do anything to Wanda. But yes, she also had a share in this kind of sin by quietly bearing all this. Now, this is all about what they were realizing about their wrongdoings. Then they decided to go there. Now, so in the first line, you can see also there was no doubt about it. The Petronskis were gone and they well see the house that it was almost closed, locked, and they could realize that Petronsky went away from that place. So the big question in their mind now, how could they ever make amends? How they will realize their mistakes? They would say sorry to Amanda, sorry, Petronsky, and how they would correct their mistake. That was a big question in their mind now. So while returning, she said that, means Peggy I'm talking about, perhaps her asking questions about Wandra's dresses, means her asking questions about her dresses must have given Wanda the ideas for drawing contest, and she might not have even won the contest had they not given her these ideas. So they realize their mistake, number one. Number two, they realize how wise Wanda Petronsky had been, because she used the ideas which were in the form of fun and humor actually passed on her as comments by her friend. So she used them in positively. She did not answer them, but she answered by her deeds, and it made them feel sorry. So what was then resolution by Maddy? Maddy could not sleep that night. She was thinking about Wanda, her house, her beautiful drawings, and Peggy's idea about them, which she thought was unfair. So she could not make amends for hurting, because they went there and they did not see anyone there. So they could not make any amends. She could not make any sorries for their doings. But she took a resolution. Now she also took a resolution, and resolution, you know what, sometime we decide about our doings, our actions, that we'll do this or will not do this. This is called resolutions, New Year resolutions, you are aware of. So she took a resolution, and it was never to stand by silently when anyone treats unkindly to a person on account of their funny face or funny name or their financial condition. So this was the decision, that today onward she would never stand silently. If someone would treat anyone in very bad manner, this girl, means Maddie, would stop them at that point. She would not be calm or quiet just for sake of saving her friend. No, she will not do this. She will straight away oppose. So she would try never to make anybody unhappy again. Like they made unhappy one girl, and the name you will know, Petrovsky. Now, so they now decided to write to Wanda. That Saturday afternoon, both wrote a letter to Wanda, and they wanted to write a letter feeling sorry, but it turned to be a friendly letter. They made the language in a friendly way. She told her about her winning of the contest, and that everyone liked and appreciated her drawings. So this all buttering also they tried. So this buttering may be helping them in their apologies. They asked her how she liked her new place and new teacher, because she shifted to another new city. You know that well. And she must have admitted to that school. So they asked about her school and the new place. And then finally, uh, you can see this line here. They signed it with lots of this signs, that is this for love. And they mailed the letter to Bogin Heights, writing, please forward on the envelope. Then they wrote it, because they wrote forward because there was no one. So definitely the person who will drop it there will forward it to new address, because post office people knew are well aware about their new addresses. So this way, days passed away, and for a long time there was no reply from her. So they did not receive any reply from Wanda Petrovsky. Perhaps she was angry, and Peggy almost forgot about it. But Maddy did not. You must know that Maddy was actually more hurt on this action wrongdoing than Peggy. So Maddy could not forget it for a long time that there should be one answer from Wanda Petrovsky. So she often went to sleep giving speeches or safeguarding Wanda word won from the teachers. So this all goes on, and their time was not spent well after this all happening. And they realize about their silly questions and every time teasing to that girl, because now the girl is not there, so her remembrance is only with her. So now we'll move forward. There is one letter near Christmas. Miss Mason received a letter from Wanda, and what was in it? In that, she wished happy Christmas to all, and she said that she also missed her old school, that is new this school of Maddy and Peggy also. She missed her school, and the new teacher did not equalize Miss Mason. So first of all, she started with a very positive and all these good lines that she missed her school, old school lot, though she is also liking the new place. And she said that her new teachers in the new school does not do not equalize Miss Mason. She asked her to keep the drawing for the class, means the teacher was asked to keep drawings as a gift, and especially there are two more instructions: give the drawings of the given dress to Peggy, green dresses to be given to Peggy, and the blue dresses to be given to Maddy. So this request was also made by her to her old teacher, that is Miss Mason. You can see the letter here she has written, and it's clearly written that her friends Maddy to have the blue one for Christmas. I missed that school, and my new teacher does not equalize with you. That is, you is actually teacher. You can see you at top. The letter is addressed to Miss Mason. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. So her room number was room 13. She was asking about it. Now, while coming from school to their home, what were the musings of these two girls? Both Peggy and Maggie were happy to receive the special gifts. They understood that Wanda had received their letter first of all, and secondly, they realized that she must have forgiven them. She liked them and was not angry with them, so they were very happy. The load of from their heart was actually off, put off, as they realized that Wanda was not angry with them, and she had mentioned in a letter especially these two dresses to given to these girls. What was then next? Maddie, when hung the drawing in her room, remembered Wanda who had been nice to them, though they all the time had been not nice to her. They teased her a lot. So this all feeling negativity from their side and such a positive response from her side actually made them realize the depth of the action done by them. So tears came to her eyes when she was gazing at that time for the picture. So for a long time she gazed at the picture, the drawing given to her, and what was in it? You will see one very surprising thing now. So she looked closely at the drawing and found that her face was drawn on that. I hope you are understanding. So in that drawing, she was a very good sketch maker also. She made the sketches of these two girls in the specially two gifts. That was not a very ordinary kind of dress. In between the dress, there was sketch of the face. Face's sketch was there. Then she ran to, means Maddie ran to Peggy and saw Peggy's face on Peggy's gift. Then they all realized how intensely the girl loved them. You can see this dialogue between these two girls who were filled with a sense of repentance. So means on Peggy's dress there was a sketch of Peggy's face. On Maddie's dress there was a sketch of Maddie's face also. It made them touched, move up to the depth of their heart. So Wanda had specially drawn those sketches for them, and she liked them. It means she liked them a lot. Now, you must have liked the story with a very happy ending. She made these two girls realize she's a little small girl, and she had a long, unusual name, and she was teased for her faded blue dress every now and then by her friends. But she does not say anything. She all the time remains calm. She smiles away whatever the girls say to her. So the story tells us such a great quality of this school going girl, and we all should actually also start doing like her. So this will actually minimize the stripes, the fights between students, and similarly it has a lesson for other girls that one have no right to tease someone only on the cause of name, and the girls think they are making fun of. So Wanda repays in much smarter way to them. She wins the drawing contest and thus makes all of them feel small. She returns them good for their evils. She did not answer their evils for evils. I hope you must have enjoyed. Please do your exercise. Keep practicing. Thank you.